Hey everyone, and welcome back to Miss Azriel's Gaming. So we're going to get into coffee talk too, and I believe this will probably be the last video. I think we're going to be able to finish it here because I think there's only like 3 more days. I think it goes to October 3rd. So we'll just take a look and see. So we're starting on Sunday, October 1st, 2023. Okay, so the Evening Whisper, Sunday, October 1st, 2023. Vegan food on the rise. Gnome diet popular amongst young adults. Box office movie High Weapon hits astonishing 2 billion worldwide. What Generation Z really wants? An independent survey. Okay, so let's take a look here, see what we've got new. Profile-wise, must be story. So we have Rihanna. Today's delivery cutoff time is 1300. No night shift. Myrtle. We had a break in the office and just played board games for hours. It was fun. It does sound like fun. We've got Aqua. Look what Myrtle-ish did. Sneakily taking my super serious gaming face while playing Super Brawl Pals 2. And Lucas, super busy, see you tomorrow. Just saying hi. Alright. Let's get started. Our first customer coming in. Oh, it's Rochelle. We haven't seen her in forever. Azriel. Miss Rochelle? Oops. Hey, sorry. I'm just really excited. I've done it, Azriel. Congratulations. Done what? The music I'm making with AJ. I told you about it last time, remember? Oh, yeah, you did. I brought it with me. Check it out, will you? Really? Okay. Are you sure we can play it? What about NDAs and stuff? Come on, you silly. We're the only ones here anyway. It'll be fine. I mean, the direction was already changed a lot, so... Has already changed a lot. Oh. Never mind that. Let's just play it quick. Okay, so achievement First Love, inspire Rochelle with a special drink. Okay, so we can't listen to that because I don't want to get copywritten. I'm going to turn the music off. Why is this? I looked at it. Scroll through all these. Still don't think they're good. What do you think? I was inspired by the drink you gave me. Sweetheart Latte, wasn't it? That's right. You composed the melodies? With Army, yeah. So, like, I know with a name like Sweetheart Latte, you'd expect something a little more fun-sounding, right? But hearing how you made the drink reminded me of something. Like a new love's beginning or thinking about your crush. The sourness of anxiety and the sweetness of a promise. There are a lot of steps to keep the delicate balance going until you get the point to where you decide to confess. I think I see where you're going with this. Yeah, just like the drink, right? It needs the perfect balance of ingredients and temperature to mix properly, doesn't it? Or it would curdle, yeah. That's a really interesting take on the name. There's just one thing I'm wondering about. What is it? If this is supposed to be your new single, wouldn't everyone expect to hear your voice? I know, but I'm planning something. You'll see. How are you, by the way, Azriel? Just fine. Business as usual. Wait, I almost forgot. Did Dad come here last night? Hendry? Yes, he did. He was meeting up with Mr. Gala, actually. Okay, that's good to know. Why do you ask? He didn't reply to my text last night, so I wondered what he was doing. Ah, I see. Do you two not see each other often? What do you mean? I just saw him this morning. We still live under the same roof, after all. Oh, what a surprise. I thought you'd have been raring to move out by the time you turned 21. Well, you're not wrong in thinking that. But Dad's getting older, you know? He's becoming forgetful too, so I'm a little bit worried. Understandable. Besides, we don't really have anyone else, you know? None of our extended family even lives in the States. So as much as he's been a nag my whole life, I feel like I should watch over him for now. Right. Hello, welcome. Oh, she doesn't look happy. Good evening to you, Miss Rihanna. Hey, Rihanna. Fancy meeting you here. Hello. How are you? Sorry, just a second. Alright. That's weird. Huh? Is she alright? I'm not sure. Oh well, I'll just get a drink first. Right, what would you like? I'll have a cup of milk, please. That's easy, just milk. Okay. We don't have to give her anything, do we? Okay, good, we don't have anything. I couldn't remember. Here you go, a cup of warm milk. Thank you. What's up? Oh, nothing. Just remembered something. But it's nothing special, so don't worry about it. She does not look happy. Miss, are you alright? No. I think I'm sad? What's wrong? That's right, Brianna, what's wrong? Oh no, she's crying. I've been doing a lot of thinking. About what? About my situation. Have you ever felt like something you've been doing your whole life might be a mistake? What makes you think that, miss? My apologies, I didn't mean to be so dramatic. Would you two mind listening to my scattered thoughts? Of course, let it all out. Miss Rochelle is right, feel free. After listening to the experience you and Mr. Lucas had, along with my conversations with Azrael and the regulars at this coffee shop, I have gradually realized over the past week that I'm severely lacking in awareness about many things. Huh? And what makes it more troubling is likely that my ignorance was on purpose? Ignorance on purpose? What do you mean? Miss Rochelle, the position you hold today is a result of your efforts and tenacity. You honed your talent, but you did not shirk from taking risk in order to succeed. Your knowledge of the industry has enabled you to successfully navigate it. And I greatly respect your ability to do so. Mr. Lucas also. Although I do not fully understand his content, he is successful enough that people earn a living through his work. I am aware that must require a great deal of courage and flexibility. To put it simply, I feel ashamed of myself, because I may have become too comfortable with the status quo, to the point that I no longer strive to improve my situation. Are you really, though? I mean, you've been trying your best, right? I've been trying, yes. But have I been trying my best? That's debatable. And about my intentional ignorance, I'm simply afraid. Afraid? I understand I have only a small chance of being selected for a role in a play. I really do. I understand it's due to my lack of network and the industry's expectations, along with my lack of higher education. And for the simple fact of what I am, I'm truly fine with all that, I really am. Because all of it is a pain I am already familiar with. And perhaps somewhere in the deepest depths of my heart, I'm having to face unfamiliar rejections again. Having to get used to new pain all over again. Just might be... I feel so sorry for her. Might be difficult. Miss, I apologize for all this ruckus. I didn't mean to. Miss Riona, would you please allow me to make you a drink? It's on the house. But Azrael insists, right? Right. What was the pie you ate the other day? The blueberry hibiscus mint pie? Did you like it? I did. Quite a lot, actually. Then I'll make you something special just for you. Could you tell me its flavor profile? Give me a moment. The blueberry was very sweet and fresh. The crust was buttery. The flavor was enhanced by the tartness of the hibiscus and the herbal coolness of mint. Just a very sweet blueberry pie with hibiscus and mint. Okay, well that shouldn't be hard. So we need hibiscus. For sweetness, we need the honey. And we need mint. Blueberry hibiscus pie. That looks good. 1 pie in a cup coming up. Wow, Azrael, that's so extra. Okay, so let's see here. So we've got Riona. So favorite things is Wagner, Lipstod, Panucci, Simi Cimano, Mimi Vivaldi, Sposa son Desperazzi, Mozart di Olerake. What I'm doing with my life, emergency goods delivery service available from Bellevue, seeking audition tips, contact 091765XX77. Okay, I don't see any, oh, we do something new for her. Okay, so favorite things, I love my family, cats, milk, and you. What I'm doing with my life, I've been dancing, singing, and trying to achieve my dreams since I was 13, and I'm not stopping now. Okay, and we'll also get the drink off there, because I hate seeing the exclamations. I wish I could get the one off the music, but I can't. It is kind of, isn't it? But it's so pretty. Thank you. It really is. Well done, Azrael. But are you really serving a warm pie filling to your customers? It's not a pie filling. I simply make fruit cordials with honey. And I just happen to have the blueberry one on hand. Sure. It's not a pie filling, trust me. It's not. It's nice. Thank you. You're very welcome. What's on your mind? Right now, I'm rethinking my true motivation for doing all of this. The driving force behind everything I've done up to this point. Well, what was it? Huh? Your driving force before you started questioning it. I wish to break free from the shackles of prejudice, whether it's society's or my own. Not only for myself, but also for my kind. I see. So it doesn't have to be opera, right? Pardon? Reaching that goal can be done a lot of ways. Like politics. Huh? You're not wrong, but... That was just an example, geez. But I admit, being an entertainer is probably the fastest way to win people over. But that's not what you want to do, is it? My heart trembles for the opera. That is why I wish to pursue it, as long as I'm able. However, I believe it is also time for me to consider expanding my horizons. Oh? I simply do not wish to be trapped in my own fear forever, although I do regret that my one-track mind efforts may have been in vain. I don't think everything you've done so far is in vain, though. I always believe in sincere efforts. But never mind that. What are you going to do now? I'm not sure. I already rejected Mr. Lucas's offer. Lucas? He's an influencer who's been coming here recently. Why does that name ring a bell? Oh, wait! You know him? Not closely, but I think we follow each other on Tomachill. If it's even the same Lucas, I mean. What was the offer for? I was offered a spot on his new show. While he's still unsure of the format, his aim is to elevate underrated talents, to showcase and interview them in order to bring their work to the forefront. I see. So what if you rejected his offer? Call him. Huh? Or text him, telling him you changed your mind. What's the worst that could happen? People are allowed to change their minds. If he rejects you, well, that's his loss, isn't it? I'm not sure it'd be his loss necessarily. Shh. Just do it. Text him. Yeah. Okay. I totally ship Riona and Lucas. But that's just me. He responded. What did he say? He told me to stay here, because he's coming here soon. Huh? Does he live, like, nearby or something? No, not really. But it seems he had something to do around here. I see, what a great coincidence. That means you can clear things up in person. You're right. Thank you for giving me the courage, Miss Rochelle. Just call me Rochelle, will you? Alright. Although I regret my one-track mindset, I cannot say it has been entirely detrimental to my life, as it is a habit formed during my time living in the commune. Commune? We banshees used to congregate together in order to protect ourselves from the outside world. Each of us tended to have a specific role in the commune, and we all would work together as one, like gears in a machine. Interesting. I didn't know that. But you left the commune, correct? Yes. Was it difficult? No, because we're not a cult. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's okay. The commune is simply a defense mechanism for the distant past. So the reason we do not see a lot of banshees around is it because many still choose to remain in the commune? Right. The world still isn't kind to us. However, we are aware that eventually we must reopen ourselves to the outside world. It was for that reason I learned to drive. You seem to be fond of driving. I am. It's like having a mobile fortress, which is why I find driving calming. Even in traffic? Well, a mobile fortress, huh? Never thought of cars that way, but that's interesting. So when you said everyone has a specific role, what do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm just curious. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Well, we don't have a Banshee culture center anywhere. Time to start one then. Perhaps it's best if I use a specific example, such as my mother's role. Oh? Her role is to trade. In the event that we need to increase our supply or sell our products, or are simply in need of some negotiating, it is my mother who will do the job. She must travel to the nearest city or town in order to exchange goods, and she's our representative when other communities need to discuss things with us. Right. Everyone's work has equal weight. One is in charge of food and drink, another is in charge of all our laundry. Oh man, I'd hate to be that person, depending on how many banshees are in the commune. Everyone has a responsibility to set up a schedule and organize the collection of goods. So, does each role only have one bearer at a time? No, sometimes there are two or more, depending on the power needed. It's all about balance. I see. Interesting. Does your mom still fulfill her role to this day? Yes. Although, there are times when I wish she would retire. Why? She's doing a good job with it. But the role truly changed her. Oh. She had to endure years of animosity. She had to negotiate everyone's way out of trouble. Or to simply defend the commune. It is such a heavy burden. It is, but she refused to accept any help offered to her. Why? Because it's become her identity, I think. Oh, you're here. Seriously, she didn't hear him come in? Yeah, hi, lady. I was starting to wonder when you were going to say something. I'd introduce myself, but I want to hear Riona's story. Fine by me. It is as Mr. Lucas said. I thought we were already past all that formal stuff, am I wrong? Well, you still call her lady. But she is. Shh, the lady is speaking. Oops, okay, sorry. It is, as Lucas said. Our discussion the other day led to the same conclusion for me as well. My mother's protective instincts turned into an angry sense of pride. Oh? So while she performs her role really well, her anger often gets the best of her. Things are way calmer for our commune now, so I'm thankful for that. But unfortunately, the damage has already been done. Right. That's when I understood why she was angry, too. If your mom has dealt with haters all her life, and you were pretty much in the front seat for all that, oof, tough. I guess I can relate in some ways. The Nekomimi culture is also quite strict, although nowhere as rigid as yours. We're heavily stereotyped as being very mid. Mid? Like mediocre in all ways, aside from being pretty and cute. Although, don't get me wrong, I am cute. But it makes me wonder, how much of our survival instincts turn into bad stereotypes? Things have changed so much for everyone. Which means we should have moved on from terrible prejudices a decade ago, right? So why are there so many still stuck with outdated and bad perceptions? Actually, that's exactly why. Life is complicated and change is hard. Learning and unlearning stuff takes time and mental energy, right? And there are billions of living beings in this world. That's why many folks choose to reduce their world to a size they can handle. All based on their priorities, of course. I mean, it's no different from how anyone chooses content to consume. Yeah, and sadly, different culture is probably one of the last things on most beings' minds. Unless you already have a vested interest in it, then it's a different story. That makes sense. We all need to survive. I understand that. However, I feel some things just shouldn't be excused. Things we do, the principles we hold, all of it has an impact on others, in one way or another. Right. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, by the way, did Pops contact you, lady? About the tree. Oh, he did, but... What tree? It's a long story. Sure, keep your smelly secrets. No, this is perfect. You should listen too. The more exposure this gets, the better. Oh, so you're going to tell me? From the very beginning. But before I forget, lady, did you have something to say to me? Since you texted me and all? Oh, yeah. Go on, Riona, say it. Oh. So, about your show. Yeah, you're in, right? Are you still unsure about the format? Well, I'm trying to put it all in order on paper, so... Kind of? Like, I know what I want to do a podcast, a deep dive and a showcase, but I'm still trying to figure out a great way to fit them all in nicely. Once I'm done, I'll let you know for sure. What are you planning to show anyway? How do you think it'll help the guest? Oh, curious, aren't we? Basically, I want to cover stuff that's interesting and underrated from around the city. And beyond, if it takes off. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? Nah, scratch that. I know it'll take off. That's some confidence you have there. Even though you're not even sure what the format will be. Tut-tut, I might not know the exact format yet. But all the elements needed to make a good show are locked and loaded already. Really? What are they? Well, there's already so much content out there, right? And you can't deny that today's audience gets bored easily, too. If something doesn't appeal to them immediately, they'll just click away. So, how to keep them engaged and stick with us, you ask? Well, from my experience, you need roughly 5 things down pat to keep a show going. The first one being the format itself, which ironically is the only one thing I don't have. Yet. Anyway, a proper format has good consistency. It could be the way the show's cut or how the information flows. It's to build familiarity with the audience, and it makes things easier for the creator too. That makes sense. The next thing you need is topics. Sure, you can have a main theme for your show, like singing or cooking or anything really. Having a theme is essential, but getting topics flowing is essentialer. Because even singing will need more than one song, right? Same with cooking. You need to show many techniques, recipes, all that jazz. That's true, right? Since the goal of the show is to shine a spotlight on all things underrated, I figure it should start small and nearby, but still have the potential to grow. And what's better for that than exploring the city and its inhabitants in depth, especially since I'm fairly new here and all. Oh, you get what I'm saying? I can see there are many interesting topics to discuss. Yeah, like locations, events, history. Yes, and many interesting individuals to meet. Definitely. Projects, side projects, plenty of things to cover. Makes sense. What's next? Know your audience. Honestly, in this internet era, you don't need to appeal to everyone. If you do it right, you can target just one type of audience and still get a lot of eyes. Fortunately, I have my base audience already. But since the show will be completely new format, a lot of them will reject it. Because people do not like change. That's right. But honestly, that's fine. I'm trying to attract an audience that's more open-minded and can help alleviate the stuff we're going to spotlight. Like, say, if we cover musicians, they'll go to their sites or live shows. Some cool neighborhood projects, they'll be eager to check it out. A cool coffee shop, they'll be interested in visiting. Wink, wink. Oh. Anyway, you all know what I mean. The next thing is audio quality, great visuals and edits. You know the drill. Of course. And the last thing you need for a good show is... me. Wow, he's so full of himself. Hey, what's with the awkward silence? I mean personality and smarts. To find info, you need to be resourceful. And to relay information, well, you need a good personality, right? Well, I'm your guy. Why? What's so funny? Am I not the perfect guy? Resourceful, huh? Really? Oh, so that is what you're questioning, huh? I'm just saying. Because didn't you say you're new to the city? So... Oh, I see. I see how it is. But you really thought this through. I'm kind of impressed. Thank you. Probably won't be anywhere near as big as your talk show, though. I'll tell you that. Rumor has it that your manager is trying to get your old girl band back together. And I heard there'll be a talk show or something for it. Oh, really? How did you hear that? Tisk tisk. I have my ways. I didn't get the info from shady sources, I promise. Well, okay. I'll give you that resourceful guy. But your information is outdated already. Oh? Because I won't be in the show. Oh, why? Well, I actually like the idea of a comeback, but if it were to happen, I would want new branding, you know? Like a new us to show we've grown. Ah, I get that 100%. That's too bad. Why? I think you have a talent for getting people to talk. You're able to read the room with sensitivity. Therefore, I would definitely be interested in watching your talk show program. You think so? Aw, I'm flattered. You're right about that, though. I'm pretty good. But I'd rather express myself through my music, my songs, and my performances. You know. Yes, I understand that very well. Then do you want to be our first guest? Me? Why? I thought you wanted to highlight independent artists. Well, aren't you making a new kind of music lately, Miss Rochelle? So you actually have a side project. Well, yeah, but I was kidding about inviting you earlier, but hey, maybe it could work out after all. Help out a new channel, will you? You wish. I'm a very busy Nekomimi. But maybe. Woo! What is it, Azrael? I thought your plan was to have Miss Riona as your first guest. Oh? Well, about that. I'm definitely jumping the gun here, but I was kinda hoping you'd be my co-host instead. What? Me? I was gonna ask you later, but Azrael over here cornered me something fierce. Oops, sorry. Why me? I like the way you explain difficult subjects, and I really enjoy talking to you. You have plenty of knowledge and experience from being on the road a lot, and all of your stories are so damn interesting. Plus, someone needs to offset my chaotic personality. Like contrasting host, huh? Yeah, what's more, she's not nervous talking in front of a camera at all. Well, she is a performer. I know. I'm just saying she's natural on camera. So yeah, that's what I was going to ask her later if you want to be my co-host. Only if you're interested, of course. I might need a moment to consider. Of course, take your time. However, if you're open to receiving input, may I throw in an idea for the format of the show? For real? Of course you may. And I'm staying until you all tell me everything I missed. Okay. Yeah, the night's still young anyway. Okay, Monday, October 2nd, 2023. The Evening Whispers, Monday, October 2nd, 2023. Users of Toma to Chill's new stories feature, it needs a longer duration. The piece of halfling advice that's seared into my memory. Globally, labs shut down. Researchers to finally stop experiments after 1,304 incidents. Yikes. What are they experimenting on? So I drove him around a while. He was nursing his broken heart. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. So let's check this out real quick. Oh, cool. Riona took some pictures together. So, Rochelle, something new. I appeared as a guest star in this impromptu vlogcast. Check it out and have fun with us. Lucas, here it is. DTR Down to Ride vlog, #1 mystery adventure. With my super co-host, Riona, and a special surprise guest star, Rochelle. So go watch it now. Okay, Rochelle, do you like video podcast? Lucas, sorry, not sorry, forgot to post the trailer. Here it is, a full veer dropping at 8 p.m. Full version, I'm assuming. Lucas, check this out. Your boy has started a new podcast for y'all. Want to know more? And then Riona, no delivery today. Oh, she's changed her picture. Oh, how cool. I think that's the one she showed for her singing. Okay. I really don't know why we're discussing my sad stories right now. Eyes on the happy couple. Oh, they got married. Aw, it wasn't sad so much as cute, though. But it's true that you and Mr. Bailey should be in the spotlight, Miss Lua. Oh, apparently I left my coffee shop for once. Or just in the light. Sorry, I'm trying to get the switch. Ow! Whoops, my apologies, Mr. Gala. You're literally solid like a wall. I'll take that as a compliment. Ah, here we go. Oh my gosh, they're all dressed up. How cute. You all found your way to a seat. I'm impressed. We've been here often enough that we know the place like the back of our hand. That's what it means to have regulars, Azrael. So it does. Now, shall we get the celebration started? Please, I'm so excited. That's adrenaline for you. Hang on to that feeling. You call it adrenaline. I call it deep, passionate, irresistible fascination for her husband. Hey, don't get too cocky, Mr. Miller. Oh, are you taking Louis' last name, Bailey's? No, we're keeping our last names. But I'll be Mr. Miller if it pleases Mrs. Miller. Anything to make you happy. Oh, you always make me melt. Disgusting. He said, wiping off his tears. How many times must I tell you? It was the City Hall flowers. They make my allergies flare up. Sure, let's go with that. A vampire with allergies. That just seems funny to me. This would be the perfect time for some drinks. I wouldn't say no to something hot, for sure. And to something sweet. To something decadent and chocolatey. But let's keep it fresh. There's enough sweetness here to give me a sugar rush. So, in summary, sweet and chocolatey, but with some freshness to it. Please, Azrael. Well, I'm assuming we'll want to go with chocolate. And sweet and fresh, so the sweet would be the honey and the fresh would be the mint. Alright, we have an After Midnight. This is inspired by a sweet evening treat. Okay. Still haven't done all the drinks. I think that's an achievement. Hopefully the drink is to your liking. I love it. It's very unique and festive. Very comforting. Exactly what I had in mind. Oh my gosh, I love this little detail where they gave them the rings. It's just so cool. I like when games do that, because sometimes you have games and people get married and they don't have rings on, but I love that. Exactly what I had in mind. It's fine. High praises from Hyde. You know it. It tastes a bit British. Have you ever been on that side of the pond, Azrael? I did a bit of traveling in my day. Maybe we ran into each other in the past. Maybe we did. Passing each other like two ships in the night, before meeting at the mooring. That's very lyrical. I blame the mood on you two. All I know about the UK is that British werewolf guy I once met. He went absolutely wild during Fury. But even then, he would beg the wall's pardon after putting his fist through it. Sounds about right. And I imagine you two became great friends. Nah, you know rude vampires are much more my type. Hey. Actually, no, I'm not offended. Rude vampire, I'm proud of it. That would look great on a t-shirt. Awesome idea. I'll consider that for a Christmas gift. Right, I guess we should raise a toast. Does anyone want to make a speech? Someone? Azrael, maybe? I don't think I'm the right person to give speeches. You definitely are. Yes, if you want to, we'd love to hear you. In that case, thank you for choosing to come to this cafe, Miss Lua, Mr. Bailey's. And thank you for making us feel a true part of your lives. Hear, hear. You always be part of our lives now, Azrael. Absolutely. Short and to the point. Good speech. Your turn, Hyde. Really? Oh, well, fine. Thank you, Lua and Bailey's, for entertaining me and making me consider a counseling career, however briefly. You're a good bunch. That means a lot, Hyde. You've been a very good friend to us. Don't think we're forgetting about you, Gala. Speech time. Right. I don't know you as well as Azrael, guys, and I haven't helped you nearly as much as Hyde did. But despite that, you've made me feel welcome. You've immediately made me feel part of your family. May this warmth that you show others always reflect as joy in the family you're starting today. Oh, Gala. Thanks, man, really. To the happy couple. To the happy couple. To the happy couple. Are your allergies troubling you again, Mr. Hyde? So I got the achievement just married. They finally tied the knot. Azrael, my dear Azrael, never think that you're out of my reach of retribution. I do apologize that we only serve soft drinks here. Some bubbles would have befitted the occasion. Oh, don't worry about it. As far as I'm concerned, it suits me just fine. Yeah, we're not really drinking booze these days. Oh? Speaking of starting a family, just in case you know. Oh. And I'm avoiding it in solidarity. That's nice, you guys. Rooting for you. Thanks, Gala. Just imagine. Little purple elves with horns running around everywhere. And thanks, I think, Hyde. Aim to please. I love Hyde. Personally, I'm fine with soft drinks as well. Never liked the stronger stuff. He's not lying. I never saw him touch it. Is there any specific reason why not? I just don't like the taste. Never got used to it and never particularly tried to. People assume I like to drink, especially since I'm a big burly dude, I guess. But nope. Assumptions like that are annoying to me. I like that you look at it just as a taste among other things, Gala. Sometimes I want to taste wine and sometimes I just want tomato juice. Definitely, booze just become this big social thing. But I, for one, wish there was a better range of soft drinks. I went to try a very expensive restaurant. I went to a very expensive restaurant a while ago. They had a soft drink pairing option. They imported some alcohol-free vermouth, homemade some fruit juice. It all tasted really nice and unique. But then they also had edible robots, and they made a miniature forest out of vegetables and dark chocolate. Wow, when did you go to a place like that? Oh, a while ago with my family. Back when we were still in touch. Bae, I'm okay, sweetie. Well, I make a mean cocktail. There's a hard version and a soft version. In the hard version, I use vodka. In the soft version, I don't use vodka. Fair enough. What else goes into it? A little bit of basil, some lemon juice, and a pinch of salt. Tonic water. That sounds like something I would enjoy. Wait for it. And of course, a big dollop of fresh blood. Here it comes. O-type, preferably. Universal donors and all that. Yuck. I think this is a joke. Hope this is a joke. And this is why he never gets invited to parties. What do you mean? I'm invited to all the parties. Thank you so much for being with us, the three of you. Thank you for having us. It was fun to meet your friends from work, Baileys. And your sister, Lua. She's got a very strong character. I respect that. She's impossible, you mean. But I love her to bits. Yeah, she took a while to warm up to me at first. Oh, just a year or 3. She probably wanted to make sure you were right for her baby sister. Yes, that was definitely the reason why. She always thinks of me as some sort of softie that she needs to protect. Well, I mean, compared to her, Gala is a softie. I'd say Gala is a softie compared to many people. Fair enough. But yes, I think she could take him when he's under fury. If Azrael ever moves out and I'm out of my specialty, I can ask for your sister's number, I guess. You would have to hurry, or you'll have to step over, your primary school friend, Bailey's. Margot? I thought I caught him staring at her. I bet they didn't leave it at staring. The two witnesses. Delightfully cliche, isn't it? You seem to be enjoying the gossip very much, Mr. Hyde. Of course I do. That's how I take my best pictures. Longing glances, touches filled with pent-up desire, scorn dissimulated in a smirk. Hopefully you've captured some pictures of our lovebirds, too. Ah, yes, I really can't wait to see them. Well, that's the downside of film. I know. But it'll be worth it, so I'm happy to be patient. Good girl. In that case, I have a little reward for you. Oh my gosh, how cute. A perfect shot. Oh, I love it. So cute. Oh, look at this, Bae. This is amazing. What a beautifully captured moment, Mr. Hyde. Yes, truly. Thank you again for doing this, Hyde. Don't mention it. I had an alright time doing it. You can keep this if you want. It's just a Polaroid, but... Oh no, it's absolutely lovely. It looks so friendly and warm. Like the wedding we always really wanted to have. Yes, once we shifted through the superfluous... I cannot say that word. Superfluous details. Okay, we're just gonna move on. Words are hard sometimes. I love that you guys figured that out in the end. And I love this picture. Do you only have the one, Mr. Hyde? Why, Azrael? You wanted me to frame it and hang it on your wall? Actually, yes, something like that. Good thing I saw it coming. If our newlyweds don't object, I have almost the exact same one here for you. No objections whatsoever. Yeah, I'd love that. It would mean a lot to have a little memory of this day hanging around here. Thank you so much. No, thank you. Yes, Azrael, I'm not sure where we'd be without you. So I take it you've decided to embrace photography, Mr. Hyde? It would seem so. Aw, come on, tell them. Tell us what? Nothing's been confirmed yet. They're certainly not going to They're certainly not going to go back on it, and you aren't either, right? Of course not. Well then. Just tell them the story. It's obvious you're dying to. Don't have to ask me twice. Hyde has already agreed to shoot another wedding. They're a really sweet couple who's been coming to visit their kid at the hospital. Little Rose has been sick for a while. Doctors think she's going to get better eventually, but no one knows exactly when. So her parents have decided to get married in a room with her around. That's a lovely idea. I bet little Rose is thrilled. She is. An entire party next to her bed, can you imagine? Anyhow, they got to chatting with Hyde, and just like that, he promised to take their pictures, pro bono. That's very good of you, Mr. Hyde. It's nothing. I could use the experience, so that I can milk my modeling ex-colleagues for their wedding pictures. Sounds like good social redistribution to me. Right? So does that mean you're sticking around Seattle for good, Hyde? I've got the house and I've got the job, and I've got my own pocket werewolf, so it sounds like I'll be staying here a little while. That's great to hear. It's got the achievement Hyde Lebrovitz, celebrity photographer. How's the house coming along? Taking ages, but it'll look good when it's finished. I'm having it redone from scratch, so it's a process. But as a vampire, my needs are little. Particular. Fair enough. I think it's normal to be particular when it comes to your dream home, you know? What would a dream house look like for the two of you? We're not too sure yet. But we're not repeating the same mistakes. No endless tomato chill scrolling to look at other people's homes. And no overspending or feeling inadequate on my side. My love. It's alright. I'm glad we talked it all through. Lua made me realize that it's fine if I don't earn as much as she does. And if my family doesn't contribute anything. In fact, Lua's mom told me the same during the wedding. I didn't know you talked about it. Don't worry, it went really well. She said what mattered to her is that I make her daughter happy. Which is good, because that's what matters to me too. And a happy Lua is a Lua who powers through her job. Yeah, I really can't consider slowing down my career. Well, maybe a little. Yeah, when the time comes, but the thing is, I don't mind slowing down my career. I've always been the one bringing up the kids topic. It's not that I don't want them, but I was afraid of what it'd do to my work. That makes sense. Women are expected to do more when it comes to child rearing. Well, not in our couple. We've decided that when we have kids, I'll be a stay-at-home dad. I'll still do some freelance work if and when I have the time. Not so much for the money as to keep my brain working. But I'll be taking care of the little ones in our place. You know, I keep thinking how happy I am that I met you and married you. Not many men would have wanted that. You'd be surprised. Times are changing and so on. Times are making more room for people to follow their wishes. I've known many men who'd have rather stayed home with their children than go to work every day and almost never see them. You two just complement each other well. I think so too. Mr. Miller? Mrs. W? No, using my family name on you feels wrong. They would throw a fit if they heard you do that. They absolutely would. It's almost tempting, but none of that matters much anyway. As long as we're still Lua and Bailey's. As long as we're still Lua and Bailey's. Excuse me. So let's see. Get a new story or... What's a video? Does it play? Georgie. It doesn't play. It's like a pair of earrings. Probably his wife. It sounds like Hyde has found a new way forward. He has, yeah. I'm really happy about that. When I first met him, I thought he was a bit mysterious. And honestly, a bit of a jerk. But he's really quite fragile, isn't he? There's nothing more solid and more fragile than an immortal. Yeah, nothing screws with your head quite as much as having unlimited time. Even elves, with their only longish lives, have issues. I can imagine. Werewolves are somewhere between elves and humans, and we also struggle with that stuff. I guess the bottom line is, everyone gets bored and confused once in a while, right? And the longer you live, the more once in a while you get. That makes sense to me. I will say, though, I'm mighty happy that he's sticking around. For all that he can be a difficult one, he also makes life a lot more interesting. And we just really get each other after all this time. You two know what I mean? Yes, we really do. At this point, even when we need to take a bit of a time out, we can trust that we'll always find our way back to each other. That's right. You know, he's got a way of finding good people. Hyde, I mean. He liked Azrael from the start. Not that I've ever disagreed, but he just really got you right away. He's been very kind to me and perceptive about me as well. And I'm glad he befriended you too. This chat right now, it's really good. You're alright too, Gala. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing more of you. Right back at you. Oh, listen to that. It's pouring rain again. Ugh. It'd be really cold if I didn't have your jacket, Bae. But are you okay? Yeah, don't worry about me. I always worry about you. And I guess that's kind of my job now. Only if I get to worry about you too. You guys are cute. But you know what's even better than worrying about each other? Not worrying about each other. Point taken. Rainy weddings are meant to be good luck anyway. I've always wondered where that came from. I have never heard that rainy weddings were good luck. I've always heard if it rains on your wedding, it's bad luck. Sounds like lip service for the happy couple. To avoid a meltdown if it rains, which must happen often enough. Really? So you don't know? Don't know what? Maybe it's just a thing among elves. Have you heard of it, Azrael? Are you referring to the goddess's tears legend? That's the one. Never heard of that. It's actually a whole epic in medieval elven poetry, but I can give you the short version. Go on, I'm very curious. Alright then. A long time ago lived a powerful goddess. That goddess had many children, but of all her children, she liked one best. They were the shyest and the quietest. When their siblings screamed for attention, they sat aside and played with clouds. When their siblings tormented each other, they silently looked at the stars. When their siblings ran away from the rain, they waited and watched the rain fall. The goddess thought, even if all my children desert me, this one will always be by my side. They are kind and gentle. They will love me and take care of me. She thought of the days ahead and smiled. But one day, as the young godling sat on the edge of the cloud pondering the world, a gust of wind blew on them and they lost their balance. Oh no. Don't worry, it's not a sad story. Alright then. Carried by the wind, they floated down to the ground. And immediately they were astonished. There were so many things around them that they'd never seen before. They were both delighted and lost, and they stood rooted in place for many human eras. Until a human found them there. Shall we call the godling Aeon and the human Ray, just for clarity? That's gonna help me for sure. I get lost without names. Alright, Aeon and Ray it is. Ray walked up to Aeon and, finding them stunned, guided them forward. They took them to their village and showed them how they lived their life. As days passed by, Aeon started talking to Ray. They discussed stars and planets, clouds and suns. They talked of harvest and of young children, of famines and old men. They talked of time and of eternity, and as they looked into each other's eyes, they both found the briefest of moments and the longest era in there. That's how they both knew they were in love. They decided to get married, but both of them wanted the assent of their family. Ray got it without any trouble. Their family were quite fond of Aeon by then. But when Aeon went to see their mother, the goddess, that old hag, give her a chance, my love, she improves. But yeah, at first she wasn't thrilled. In fact, she was outraged that her favorite child should be taken away from her. That reminds me of someone. I promise you, she's a lot better than my mother. Anyway, she got really angry and she told Aeon, get married if you wish, but if you do get married, then you shall wither and die just like your fiancé. Yuck. And to nobody's surprise at this point, Aeon said, I'm alright with that. What's eternity if I can't have Ray by my side? Down to get married they went. For many hours, the goddess was angry and shouted. Then for many more hours, she was despondent and sulked. Then finally, she turned an eye onto the ground to look at Aeon and Ray. They were in the field where Ray had first found Aeon. They wore garlands of flowers, and they were surrounded with people they loved. And for the first time, Aeon wasn't quiet at all. They were singing and dancing, their eyes sparkling, their hair floating on the wind. And the goddess saw that for the first time in eternity, their child was happy. She regretted her bitter words then. But a goddess's word, once spoken, isn't easily broken. In sadness for her child's mortal day, she started crying. And one by one, her tears hit the earth in a thick cloud of rain. But instead of running from it, Aeon and Ray danced with it. And so the goddess said, for each tear of mine that falls onto you, may you live another year. And even as your hair turns gray and your skin turns parched, may that year see you both dancing and singing, still in love with each other. And according to elves, that's how we came to be. But I think that's a bit far-fetched. My love, are you tearing up? It's nothing. You're just really beautiful sometimes. You're a born legend teller, Mr. Baileys. That was an astonishing rendition of that story. Yeah, that was epic. I'm not going to look at the rain the same way now. It's just a silly legend. It's not silly at all. And you're right, the goddess is a lot better than your mother. I told you. My history with rain is a lot simpler. I just really love it when it rains outside and you're all warm indoors. Yeah, that's a very cozy feeling. My bedroom when I was a little girl was on the top floor, so I could hear the rain fall at night when I was in my bed. It was great. I wish we lived in a world where everyone had that. A place to be safe while the rain falls outside. For sure. Oh, look, here's at least another someone who's safe from the rain right now. Oof, that's a very wet little guy. Poor Gala, did he just shake rain all over you? He did a little, but that's fine. He's a cute one. What's he doing here, though? Is he your cat, Azrael? No, but he's been around a couple of times. I do remember seeing him a week ago or so. He's not any friendlier than he was then, although he's not especially aggressive either. Maybe he's adopting this place. Wouldn't be the first. That's pretty much how you got Hyde, too. Now that's an apt comparison. It seems that he might be looking for something, though. Or someone. If that's the case, he hasn't found them yet. He came by another time a few days ago and was actually quite helpful. But he didn't look settled then either. And there he goes. Very mysterious. Who is this cat? Is it a Neko Mimi? Or just a cat? What did I miss? A cat, apparently. Oh yes, I saw it go. What was that about? We're not entirely sure. He's come by a handful of times, but he doesn't seem to stay very long or ask for anything. I was saying that he might be looking for someone. Ah, perhaps he is. In many traditions, cats are depicted as having special foresight, messengers between worlds, so to speak. He may know something that we don't, or see something we can't see. That's just what they want you to believe. Looking mysterious to get food and cuddles. I was saying that reminds me of someone, actually. No comment. Anyhow, what was that call about? That was the interior designer about the house. For some reason, he needed to know the exact size of my turntable, as well as whether I wanted a walnut or oak floors. I just want floors I can walk on. That's surprising. I thought you'd be more particular about decorations, Hyde. I am particular, in the sense that I want it to look good. But he's got no clue what to do to get there. I mean, you've seen his car. It's not, peak design trends. That car served me right, thank you very much. I remember when a certain werewolf didn't want to drive me around. I shouldn't have brought that up, Truce. Why don't you help Hyde with decorating then, Gala? Why indeed? My job, time. Your job, time? I see. Everyone's a critic, but the truth is, Gala has no understanding of color, material, or shape. I'm a lazy interior designer at best, but Gala is an interior designer's waking nightmare. Not true. I just go for functional things. That's what people say when they've got no taste. Yeah? Maybe my taste in vampires is the problem here. I think your taste in vampires is your one saving grace. Ugh. You guys sound like you're gonna be just fine. Indeed. Being like this all together when it's dark and damp, and feeling good and safe, and home, it's a pretty rare feeling in a kind of public place. I think the kinda is key here. As far as I can remember, this has never felt like a strange space to me. It's my space that I'm lucky enough to share with other people I like. I definitely feel the same way. Thanks for that, Azrael. I'm glad that's how it feels to you. Our patrons' comfort has always been our priority. Goal very much achieved then. That and also you are all right. It sounds like everyone's going to be busy with their own stuff for a while. But I can't wait to come back here and see your faces again. Whether in a week or a month or a year. I know it's going to be a good time. Cheers to that. Hear, hear. You're all welcome anytime, separately or together. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you get up to. We'll definitely pop by to give you news. And to get Fury remedies. And to listen in on the drama. We can't wait to welcome you back. I think the rain is over. And we've kept you up for a while already, Azrael. Yeah, we should all use the dry spell to get back home. Consider the night called. You go first, guys, or we'll be stepping on each other's toes. Alright. Good night, Azrael. Good night. Good night, you two. Let's go, darling. Let's. Good night, Azrael. Thanks again for being with us. Tonight and on other nights. No, thank you for everything, truly. Have a good rest, Azrael. Will do. You guys coming? Yeah, just hold the door for me a second longer. Hey, Bay! What are you doing? I'm carrying you over the threshold, of course. That's on the way into the home, not on the way out of the bar. I can do both. You're silly. Maybe, but I love you. I love you too. Bustling, busy, and abuzz. People whose thoughts I can hear almost as well as my own by now. Whose success and failures matter to me as much as my own. I suppose that's what it feels like. To have a chosen hive. Oh, Aqua's Tranquility. Its earthy yet minty taste relieves indigestion while the color and smell soothe her senses. Okay, so this is Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. Okay, so we have the Evening Whispers, Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. Fire director resigns in the wake of shocking leaks. Heir of American business royalty disowned over choice of wife. And killer algae, the new invasion species? Okay, so let's see. So we got Myrtle. Having someone you can connect with, especially within the same industry, is really something that I'm glad for. Aqua, I think by the end of it, I'm in the industry for the love of it, and to keep having fun is the mindset. I will keep moving forward. Ah, Silver. Oh, Lua. Gala, Mr. Hyde. And Bailey shared it too. Cute. Somehow this feels like deja vu. Hey, welcome, Officer Georgie. What's cracking? Aside from the thunder outside, that is. Yep, deja vu. What? Nothing, everything is fine. I have everything I need to avoid another blackout. That's good news. You know, this weather has kind of grown on me. Really? Yeah. Not something I'd like to have forever, of course. But the thunder no longer sounds so angry to me. Interesting, what does it sound like to you? No idea. Just not scary anymore. Anyway, I want to order something. Perfect, what would you like? Make me whatever I ordered a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago? Yeah, give or take. You were promoting a new tea selection at the time? Good times. I remember I had an interesting color. I'll take whatever you gave me that day. Oh, what did I give him that day? Oh my goodness. I really do not remember what I made him. I think I picked the hibiscus. Shoot, I don't remember. I bet this keeps me from getting the achievement too. Might have just been this. Hibiscus. Let's try. I mean, I don't remember. The only way I'm going to remember is to go back and look at my videos. Because why would I think to keep that? Is this it? Pardon for a minute. It was not what I gave him. Here you go, officer. That was my achievement. I dig it. Not really what I ordered, I think. Oh, it isn't? You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, you know what? I'll take it anyway. As long as it doesn't have milk in it. I see. Alright. I'm sorry once again. You alright? I feel like I've been making so many mistakes lately. I wonder why. Do you ever take a break? When was the last time you closed up shop? I don't remember. You should take a break. Really, close up shop when you can. Take a week off or something. I'll consider it. How are you, officer? How's work? Work, huh? Well, it's only been a couple days since I was here, but I admit a lot has happened. Oh? Patience, pal. We don't have all the players here to complete the story yet. I bet you I gave him the blue pea one instead. Oh, is someone else coming? 2 more. Alright then. Let me see. Now I'm curious. Yeah, I bet I gave him this one. Shoot. Alright then. But what do you mean, complete the story? Well, like I said, there's been a lot going on. I can't recount the whole thing alone. I see. But you know, Azrael, for a while, this old man felt that he'd been living in a stagnant pool, when he thought he started out on a flowing stream. It didn't take long for him to find out it wasn't a stream or even a pool. It was more like a mud puddle. That was constantly being filled up with dirt year after year. And, well, no matter how much he tried to keep it clean, the puddle would always dry out before any of his attempts to bear fruit, every single time. He'd end up stuck on the bottom with only occasional rainwater keeping his existence going. Right. However, after a bout of heavy rain, he discovered a small crack of hope. A thin line leading to another flowing water in the original direction he wanted. Know what I'm saying? I think so. Lucas is in the house, yo. Hey. What's up? And you, Pops, how it goes it? All good. You're in high spirits, aren't you? Always. Anyway, Pops, what's shaking? I think I should be the one asking you that. What's with all the excess energy? You're right, and I probably should explain, but first... Dear Azrael, may I put in an order? You may. I'd like a blue pea latte with super cool latte art on top. Well, you know what? You can get the blue pea latte, but you're not getting the super cool latte art because I cannot do that. Okay, so it's blue pea and milk, I believe. I suck at the latte art. So bad. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Don't ask me. What if I just hold it there? What happens? It's a ghosty. Yeah, that's... Okay, we're done. I'm not gonna... It's gonna look... Well, it's clouds. See? I was making clouds. That's what I was doing. A cup of blue latte with a masterpiece on it for you, sir. So, local favorite, the best hangout spot in the neighborhood was the achievement. A masterpiece, eh? I like your confidence. Anyway, cheers. Nice. Thanks, Azrael. So what's up, kid? All's well, Pops. I'm waiting for the lady to arrive. Oh, so Miss Fiona's coming. Yep, she should be here soon. The last couple of days have been really intense for us. In fact, I didn't sleep at all until last night. Oh, why? Let's just say we've been busy cooking stuff up. Tisk tisk. What is it? I know you're a hustler, kid. Your schedule is probably not like everyone else's, but I hope you won't drag others into unhealthy habits unnecessarily. Although I know next to nothing about banshee biology. Doesn't she do late night deliveries? Oh. Sometimes she does deliveries until morning. Then never mind, kid. Forget everything I said earlier. Phew. I was like, oh man, what stupid thing did I do this time? Nah, I'm just pulling your leg. You're both adults. I was just playing around as the nosy and annoying old guy. Still, it's good that you guys are talking, especially considering what happened the first time you two met. Yeah, no kidding. That's what I mean by me doing stupid things too. Sometimes I don't slow down enough to see the forest for the trees, you know? It happens. As long as you're aware of it and take a step back from time to time. Yep. So were you staying up because of the new podcast you posted? Oh, yes. Have you watched it? What podcast? The link is on my T-Chill, Pops. That was a podcast? You've already seen it too? Oh man, I'm stoked. I thought it was like a ghost hunt or something. With how dark everything was, lighting-wise. So it was too dark, huh? I'll keep that in mind. I admit, what you call the ghost hunting segment was shot kind of spontaneously. But what did you think about the whole thing, Pops? You too, Azrael. Tell me. Oh, I saw the post, but I haven't had the time to watch it yet. I'm sorry. Aw, well, don't be sorry. But go watch it when you have the time, alright? Will do. Well, since I thought it was a ghost hunt, I didn't watch it all the way to the end. Okay, that's fair, understandable. My daughter enjoyed watching the whole thing, though. Ah, that's so great to know. She told me Rochelle was there, too. What gives? Rochelle? Yeah, she was our first guest. Oh, so did you film that episode right after you three talked about it the other day? Exactly, that's why it was spontaneously done. But the whole thing is not all about ghost hunting, Pops. That was just the clickbait. The actual story is... I know, my daughter summarized it for me. You brought up the streets. And the tree too, didn't you? Exactly. Because it was part of our plan, right? Welcome, Miss Riona. Hello. Lady, finally you're here. Good evening, miss. Hi, everyone. Was the traffic bad for you? No, not at all. I had to deliver something before I came. That's why I'm a bit late. I apologize. No, you're not late. I'm just early. Would you like anything to drink? Yes, please. I'd like a cup of mild coffee sweetened with a lot of honey, if you would. Okay, so coffee, and I'm assuming just double honey, because that would be a lot. Okay, honey coffee. That's what I used to order back in the day. Okay, so we've got a new... Okay, and Lucas. Favorite things, coffee, not anymore. Fried noodles, any. Average Stevenfold backcountry. Or Avenger Stevenfold backcountry. Somi Alpha 7, my beds. What I'm doing with my life. You know what I'm doing with my life. Breaking out of the mold, one video at a time. Really? So what's really been happening with you two? This kid stayed up for days for something, apparently. Does that include you as well? Yes, but those are just my regular working hours. See? And I thought we were done talking about that, Pops. What the heck? I'm not done playing the role of the annoying, nosy old guy, that's all. Jeez. Oh, by the way, thank you for telling me about the pie shop, miss. Somehow I didn't know existed. Are you talking about Disco Pie? Yep, that place closes up at midnight. It follows the schedule of the pub adjacent to it. Now my daughter can get pie even when I'm home late. I see. That's good. I swear I'm not trying to point your regulars in the direction of your rival, Azrael. It's fine. What rival? Maybe I should start selling food here. Did I miss something? I'm wondering too. Well, as you probably know, especially if you follow my T-Chill, we started a vlog/podcast thing. Right. My daughter watched the first episode yesterday. Did she like it? She loved it. I heard her laughing all the way. I'm glad. So, what is this vlog/podcast thing, really? Yeah, please, clarify. I saw you had this walk-around session in the episode. I thought podcasts are supposed to be voice only. Like a radio show, but you don't need to catch it live. Well, nowadays there are a lot of podcasts with videos. Voice is still the most important part, though, and we did have the Carpool podcast later in that episode. So usually there'll be two versions of the same episode. The voice-only one on audio streaming platforms, and the full video posted on video streaming platforms. I see. Sounds difficult to create both at the same time. It must require a lot of planning, doesn't it? It does. If you're not the Lucas, that is. Thanks to my editing and interviewing skills, you can enjoy the action session in the voice-only version all the same. I see. It wouldn't be possible to make the episode as compelling, though. Without Lady Riona giving us good information to make the episode work. Somehow her voice really resonates well in the mic. So it was a joy to edit it into the narration. Also, Rochelle was probably the best first guest we could have gotten. We even got a sneak preview of our new singles. Our first episode got tons of views because of that. Really? That's great. But I wonder if that was cleared by her manager. Probably not. But she knows what she's doing, I'm sure. I can see why you two stayed up for days now. Sounds great, y'all. So, miss. Yes? Are you enjoying your new role as a show co-host? Well, it's interesting so far, and I'm learning a lot of new skills, so I am eager to keep working on it. All the while I keep looking for auditions. And honing my craft. That's all I needed to know. Okay, so we got the achievement, the Hibiscus and the Butterfly. Does it make sense? So what else is in the episode? Go watch it. Just kidding, it's okay. You can watch it whenever. I will, later after work. So, Mr. Lucas, you said this part is of your plan. And, Officer, you said you need all the players to be here to form a complete story. What's with all that? Pops, if you please. Alright, I'll start. Azrael, do you remember what we talked about a couple days ago? Which part? I asked you and Gala which you preferred, wild rumors or bad press, though you didn't answer. Ah, yes, I remember now. You said something about combining them, I think. Yep, and that's where I and Lady Rona come in. Oh? Pops was telling me about his meetup with the grieving vandals, so I knew the whole story, and I get what they were going for. It's not that they want their friend to be remembered in a bad way. Yeah, they just want them to be remembered, period. So from talking with Pops, I had an idea. An idea to turn their actions into a neighborhood legend. Urban legend. With their and the victim's family's permission, of course. The victim's family? When the officer asked if I knew them, I was able to track them down. You did? That's great. How? We operate on similar wavelengths, which is the easiest way to explain it. It took a while, but I managed to reach them. I see, that makes sense. So you're trying to turn their act of vandalism into urban legend. Exactly right. Urban legend usually starts with hearsay, created from half-truths, half-exaggerations, from each speaker to the next listener. Like a game of tag. Sometimes they can even be all lies, but most of them often serve as a cautionary tale. Yep. But the best thing about this one is it's real. It really didn't take much time for me to tweak it into a whole new story. Why did it need tweaking? To make it less clear, of course. Because you want everyone to get curious. If you explain everything all at once, there's no mystery for others to dig into. Once they're hooked on the premise, folks will try finding things out on their own. And in this case, because the tree already has an actual long history, those who dig for more information will surely fall down the rabbit hole. Other content creators who are into this stuff will lap it up. And they tend to be big. Then the rest is history. Their friend's memory will have a life of its own. I see what you mean. Did you have the story in yesterday's episode? Part of it. We're planning to discuss it further in a couple's episode. Because you need to give the impression time to propagate, you know? Honestly, it was probably good enough. Because my daughter couldn't stop asking me more about it. She knows the story was based on my case. And she's been telling her friends at school about the video. Without letting them know it was my case, of course. That would be bad. Sounds very promising, though. You're telling me, that's great. Send her thanks to your daughter, Pops. What? This is all very different, but a somewhat exciting experience. How do you know this will all work out as intended? We don't. It's not that easy to influence that many heads, you know? Huh? But you were so confident. Because we'll never know the outcome of anything unless we try it. That's true. Well, congrats on taking a step into a new direction, kiddos. Who knows, maybe someday soon I'll join you in that. You want to become an influencer too, Pops? Could you imagine? Nah, I meant taking a step into a new direction. How about Georgie Williams, private investigator? Sounds... Wow, really? For real? Nah, I'm kidding. Or am I? Who really knows at this point? I mean, I think it fits you well. Thanks for the vote of confidence, miss. I might have to leave soon. Huh? Why? I haven't eaten anything substantial since this morning. It was a really busy day. Oh, word. Let's go then. You can stay. I'll just go for a quick bite and come back. Nah, let's go. We're partners, right? Besides, we still have a lot of things to discuss. You're right. Okay, if you're fine with it. But, before we go, I want to give a final test to Azrael. Test? Yeah. To be honest, I'm very impressed with your coffee shop. It's one of the best I've ever been in. And I see your regulars are loyal as well. So I want to send you a luxurious, Lucas-approved 5-star plaque. Oh my, so that's real, huh? What's that? Nothing. Does it mean this coffee shop will be part of the hottest gang now? Only if you pass this one test. Make me a custom order based precisely on my preferences. Could you tell me a bit more? After all, the relationship between a shop and its patrons is based on deep familiarity. So I just want you to make a drink based on what you know about me. I can't really drink coffee anymore, but I still need the caffeine. Right. I like really sweet things. And sometimes I forget to eat, so I'll need something rich to soften up the drink. What special drink would satisfy all that? Good lord. I mean, that's a lot to remember. So, let's go with green tea. I think that's what he had the last time when he was like he hadn't been eating and stuff. Honey and milk. Let's try that. Oh, neat. 5 stars. I love it. Here you go, sir. Okay, so let's check mark that. I've only made 3 green tea drinks. Whoa. That looks nice, kid. What do you call this? Since it's made for your approval, 5 stars. How's that sound? With the quotation marks and everything? Perfection. Truly, a service worthy of Lucas's 5 stars. Cheers. Wow, that's hot. Jeez. You didn't have to drink it all at once. I think it's time for us to go. I mean, for me. Roger that. Let's get going then. Oh, there's totally a couple. They're hiding it from everybody. See you later, Pops. Good luck with everything. You too. You too. Bye, Azrael. See you again soon. Bye. So, just you and me now. Nothing wrong with that. I have to go soon, though. Duty calls. Sure. Haha! Freya! Hello, Azrael. How are you? Freya! Hey, Miss Greenhair. Hey, officer. Long time no see. I've heard you've been going around the world, huh? Around the world is a bit much, but I've been somewhere. I'm glad to see you here, Freya. Well, as much as I'd like to stay and chat, duty calls. Oh, that sucks. I missed you. Well, see you later then, Georgie. Yeah. Don't forget to tell Azrael the truth, okay? Later, Azrael. I will. With the truth. You've been lying about something? Let me move over there. So, my buddy, my pal, my good friend. Azrael, what's up? Why didn't you tell me you were coming? Before you start blaming me, it was a last-minute thing. Even I didn't know I'd be back so soon. So what makes you return sooner than expected? Well, maybe I'll tell you after a drink. Hey, do you remember my very first order ever? Espresso? Yep, you have a good memory. The first time I was here, it was raining as hard as it is now. I thought nothing was open anymore until I saw your shop. Your espresso was one of the best coffees I've ever had. Thank you. One espresso for me, please. Okay, that's just coffee. Here you go, Freya. A cup of triple shot espresso for you. Great. Again, this deep aroma and such stellar flavors. Thanks. So, mind telling me why Officer Georgie said what he said? Okay, let's see what that... It's probably a story. Because she's not showing up in the friends. Yeah, so Rihanna... Oh, looks like they're at that restaurant. How dare they? She's drinking somewhere else. So, okay, I already said that. Which part? Something about telling me the truth? Ah, well, about that. Okay. I'm leaving for a writer's residence soon, and it's really, really far away. What? I know. It was impulsive. It was something I did on a whim. I know. Me and my old buddy sent the application form like last month, not really expecting anything. But we got accepted, and somehow it's for this year's rotation, which means I need to pack and get ready really soon. It's not a scam, is it? Of course not. How long is it going to be? I don't know, probably a few months. But I might try to keep traveling after that. Okay. Azrael, are you sad? Nope. Don't be sad while I'm gone, okay? I said I'm not sad. Aww. Anyway, tell me what's been happening all this time I've been gone. There should be a lot of juicy stories waiting for me, right? Oh, you have no idea. Spill it. Everything. Alright. So it started around 2 weeks ago. Oh, there we go. Aqua's working on her game while Myrtle helps from time to time. They're a good team. Silver and Amanda's trip took them quite a bit further than they expected. And Pearl appears in a number of their selfies from London, Sydney, and the Mongolian steppe. Hyde's reputation as a dreamy, sensitive wedding photographer spread around all of Seattle. And Gala is fond of qualifying him in those exact terms to Hyde's obvious displeasure and secret joy. Oh, how cute. Lua and Bailey's bought a little house with large windows and a small garden and an extra bedroom. Bailey's has been using it as a workspace, but it stands ready to fulfill a whole other function when the time is right. The Nico Shell x a Remy collaboration was a success as a new single was released on time. Even though his reviews are mixed, her true fans love it, and that's all that matters, she said. In spite of its impromptu nature, their first vlogcast was a success, especially with Rochelle's appearance boosting their views. Lucas's team joined the production of a few episodes later, and they're thinking about leaving eventually. Oh god, I didn't get to read it all. It's going so fast. Word of mouth spread the story of the accident, resulting in a combination of history and urban legend. A petition then was created to memorize the site, which was successfully included in the aerial renewal process. So that is Coffee Talk episode 2. So this is in memorandum of Mohammed Fima Hassani. We love you. That is actually the guy that wrote, I believe, the first Coffee Talk, and he had started this one, and he actually had passed away before this game came out, which was, really sad. And I remember hearing that and just, how sad I was, because I enjoyed, the first Coffee Talk, and, I really enjoyed this one. Okay, so it looks like we've got the epilogue here, so, maybe it's the cat. Hello? Or it's a ghost. What? I'm supposed to make a drink? What am I supposed to do? I have no clue. I don't know. I don't have any other ingredients other than milk. Is it the cat? Is it a ghost? I don't have my drinks. Does it matter what I give them? Oh, I do have them. They just weren't popping up. That was weird. I don't know. Let's see if that makes something. I don't know. Mint milk blue pea. Oh, goody, latte art. I don't know what I'm supposed to make with this. If I'm even supposed to make anything. Something specific? I don't know. There we go. It's a storm. I don't have anything to give them. So I guess any drink will do. I hope you enjoy the small offering of ours. I hope it wasn't the cat and it just wants milk. Don't worry, it's on the house. We'll be open all night, so feel free to stay a while. As long as you'd like. Until you feel you're ready to leave. Well, I do remember there was a couple times I thought the door was opening and nobody walked in. So maybe it's somebody I've been ignoring. Weird. Okay, so the achievement was one way to find out. You have now seen the picture. I missed that part. I missed that part. So you'll have to pause it and read it. I'll have to go back, when I'm editing and look at it. But that was Coffee Talk 2, everyone. Now, I know that there's a lot that I can go back to do. There are achievements that I missed. I know, one for sure was getting Officer Georgie's recipe right, the first time from the very first one you gave him. I think I gave him blue pea originally because they let me choose. And I picked hibiscus, so that was the wrong one. Really curious who that was supposed to be at the end. Was it somebody invisible? Was it a ghost? Was it, the ghost of the being that had made the tree in the story with Officer Georgie and Riona and Lucas? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about the game. Maybe your theories about who that character is at the end. Definitely sets it up for a third game, which I hope that they do at some point, because I do enjoy playing these games and making the drinks. It's a lot of fun. Please leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye.